Network on YouTube. We're going to do the team player options now, so let's see who gets one. So Cole Anthony has accepted the team option, has accepted. They will not be paying Quigley. He is done in Sacramento. Or San Antonio, I should say. I got my S's mixed up. They are going to pay Zach Collins in a surprise move. They're going to pay him the $7.7 million. They're also going to pay Walker $8 million. I don't think it's a good strategy, but you know what? The money's locked up. They're going to keep him here for another year. Meanwhile, the Suns have declined Cameron Payne and Julian. The Thunder have accepted the 2-year on Josh Giddey and Alexei Prosky. We'll call him Ski. Good old Ski got himself accepted. Theo Medellin has been accepted. Jamal Robinson Errol has been accepted. And it's his chump change. They declined Julian Champlain, who was drafted in the second round in 22. He's out of here after 1 year. They declined it. Then Edwards' team option has been accepted for $13 million. Anthony Edwards stays with the Minnesota T-Wolves. Meanwhile, Wagner is declined, a $5.5 million option. Jaden McDaniels in a surprise move going to be declined. That's right. The first round pick in 2020 gets declined. Why they do accept Leonardo Bomlamo. A first-round pick is staying with the team, and so is Kennedy Chandler, the second-round pick from 22. They'll keep him in the fold. Meanwhile, Mark Williams says his goodbyes in Portland. He's been declined. Why Keon Johnson stays with the team. He could have went out there and got collected a big payday, but no, it does not happen. The Blazers keep him in the fold at 21. Meanwhile, Tyrese Halliburton, the Warriors needed to accept that team option. They got him cheap. He's a great player for $5.81. They also accepted James Wiseman's 1-year option at $12.12. And Damon Green will stay with the Golden State Warriors on a $27.59 contract. He could be traded, though. That's a possibility. If the Warriors decide to rebuild, depending on who's available, what they want to do. So stay tuned on that one. On that front, with Damon Green possibly being traded eastbound, maybe to Orlando at age 33, though it's going to be tough for them to take on that contract. Meanwhile, Moses Moody will stay as a Golden State Warrior. Josevic. There's the shocker. Nikolai Vucevic. Joseph. This guy is a draft pick choice from 2022 in the second round. Not a big shock. He stays with the team. Springer stays with them. And they're declining on these two players here. McGowan's is one of them. Bryce McGowan's has been declined. I'll have to go to the market and hope we can find somebody to pick him up. The Wizards. Kerry Jr. declined. Same thing goes for Mario Semvic, declined. Maxey is accepted by the Sixers. He'll stay as a Sixer for 1 more year. Maybe be traded, but he's got a low salary. It would be stupid to cut a talent like Maxey. He can get you deep into the playoffs. And the Sixers did go deep in the playoffs this past season here. And then you got Charles Beasy accepting with the Sixers. A decline here of the guy that's got 69 rating. I'm going to try to say his name. Except it was Alpon Sigin for the Maycaps. Chicago keeping him in the fold. Meanwhile, they're saying goodbye to Garrison Matthews. Matthews, undrafted. They say their goodbyes. Mobley, 2-year. He has option. He's a great player. He stays with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Also staying on a 1-year packet is Isaac Okoro. Crispet will stay with them for his 2-year option. Williams also accepts. They decline to keep the rights of Lamar Stevens. Stevens, an undrafted player, is out of here in Cleveland. Moving along here, Devin Vassell. Vassell is staying in Boston for 1 more year. So is Aaron Nesmith, and so is Jalen Williams returning to the Celtics. I won't try to say this man's name, but he's accepted a one-year contract to stay with the Clippers. JT Thor is leaving. He will leave the Clippers at age 20. Patrick Bowen Jr. also is leaving the Clippers. They did bring back an injured Boston Jr. They feel like Brandon Boston Jr. has a chance to become a contributing member of the Clippers. Will it work out? We shall see. He was a 2021 second-round pick. Moving along here. Desmond Bane accepts the Grizzlies. He'll stay with them with an 85 cheap salary. That's a hell of a pickup for them. Zaire Williams is returning on his 2-year option at 4.5. So, yeah, they're getting cheap contracts here. This team can really shake it up and become a player in free agency this year with the cheap contracts that they have. And then moving along, accepting the player option is Bojan Bogdanovic with the Hawks. This guy, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. He accepts a one-year package for $8.11 million. And that's that. Moving along, declining is Brogdon. He's out of here. He's leaving the Heat. The Heat say goodbye to Brogdon. How about Bull accepting LaMelo Ball with the Hornets? Now, the team could have let him go and got the big payday, but they decided not to. But how about this decision? Robinson has left the Hornets. He's out of here. He says, I'm out. See ya. So he leaves the Hornets. Robinson gone from Charlotte. And then we see James Bouknight staying on a 2-year deal. It's a 2-year option. He uses 2-year team option. They're going to keep him around, and so they are also going to keep Kai Jones in Charlotte. Utah, they've declined the team option on Mike Conley. That's a big decision by the Jazz, letting Conley walk. They're also letting Royce O'Neal go to free agency. 2 big players available for some GM to grab. Now, they keep Jordan Clarkson in the fold, a surprise move. By accepting that, well, he accepted the player option, so Clarkson, he had the choice. He decided to stay, but he could still be traded, so that's a possibility to trade Clarkson's contract. Declining the team option, Alec Burks is gone. The Knicks need to rebuild. Toppin accepts the team. The team decides to pay Toppin. They pay Promo. They pay Grimes. They decline on John Butler. It's declined. How about that? They didn't let him grow with the team. McBride is accepted. He was a very good piece last year for the team. And DiBiato is out of here. Meanwhile, Porzingis, he had a player option. He declined to stay with the Lakers. Kuzma, player, decided to decline. And the team option of Otto declined. Accepting was Beasley. Malik Beasley will stay with the Lakers. Declining the player option was Horton Tucker. Declining Gabe Brown is gone, so Gabe Brown was in and out for 1 year with the Lakers. And Jamie Jaquez Jr. is staying with the team. Jaquez Jr. will stay with the team. The Magic. Suggs, they accepted a 2-year on a cheap salary. Same thing goes accepting on R.J. Hampton, too. They're going to accept to keep him for another year, give him a shot at $4.22 million. And moving along here, you got Josh Green staying with the team, keeping him in fold. Mavericks, they decline on Reggie Bullock. He's out of here. Spencer Dinwiddie, a surprise move. The Nets say goodbye to Spencer Dinwiddie. The team has declined the option at 18.86. Accepting cheaper ones on Day'Ron Sharpe. Sharpe, 21 years old, a 2021 first-round pick. E.J. Liddell will stay in the fold, get another shot at being a Brooklyn Net. There you go, so that's that. Accepting on Highland is the Nuggets. They keep Highland in the fold on a $2.31 million contract. 4.31 going to Zeke Nigeri. He'll stay in the fold. The 22-year-old has put up time in Denver. He stays there. Josh Hart is declined. Hart is out of here. Josh Hart should get a bench job somewhere. He's a big bench piece that could help somebody as a free agent. And finally, the Pacers have gotten it done with a bunch of players. You can see all those players on your screen. Jalen Smith is one of those guys to accept, declining on only one guy. and that is Ochoa Ababajira. He's out of here. They decline him. Everybody else signs with the Pacers. Derrick Rose, team option for the Pelicans. He's gone. They pick up most of the other players. Box Cut Noel is also declined. And that should do it here as we go to the Pistons. Cade Cunningham accepted. Declining on Shep Bay. Bay was a cheap pickup, and they declined him. I don't know why. It's a dumb move on a GM there, but Kelly Olynyk also declined the deal because it's $12.2 million. They can't pay him that kind of money. So that's what they said. And let's see, we got the Rockets here. Lots of declines at the top of the list. Then we got a couple accepts. Christopher's back. Usman Gubra is back. And then declining a bunch of back-level players. Letting them all go, including this man who's been undrafted, David Nabogak. And the Spurs, Anthony accepted the deal to come back to the Spurs, and I think we're done here. That's it. So the final numbers are in. Here's all the guys who accepted. Ball has accepted to stay with his team. Mobley staying with his team. Edwards staying home. The biggest decline is Porzingis, who declined a player option. Kristaps Porzingis went to the Lakers, only to turn around and decline. He's played for Dallas, New York, Washington, and L.A. Could Porzingis wind up in a Sixers uniform at the age of 27 on a big deal? It could happen, but it might not happen. We'll see what the Sixers decide to do. Also, Jalen Green is available. A lot of GMs would love to scoop him up. And Mike Conley's going to be out there as a veteran at 35. Derrick Rose is out there at 34 as a veteran pickup. Bay is available at 24. It's a good long-term deal if you go spend the money. Robinson's available. Mitchell Robinson, who went to Charlotte after New York, signed a one-year deal. Did not get he gets the decline in that contract. He wants to get back in the market. Kuzma's back out there. So these guys are getting back out there after 1 year. Kuzma got sent back to L.A. for 1 year. They didn't win something, so he's out of there. Spencer Duwindle, he is the hottest seeking guy. He should get a big contract, 30 years old. I see him getting a 4-year package somewhere. Let's get to the fun now. Let's move on from this. Qualifying offers real quick here. Melvin Frazier Jr. not offered a qualifying. You'll see the players that did get it. Not going to change any of this, so there it is. These guys getting all their qualifying offers in. Anthony Gill does not get it, as he was undrafted player. Markham Hill, also undrafted. The Hill and the Gill boys not getting it done. Mike James not getting an offer from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sometimes you just got to change your ball club around, change the culture, and that's what GMs are going to do shortly here. Kevin Knox did second. Did not get a contract from the Hawks. That happens sometimes, no offer. And that's it. We're going to wrap it up here and get you to the fun. Here we go. It's time for the free agent signings. The biggest free agent on the market. You can see some of the names. It includes LeBron James at 38. James last year, here's his numbers. Average for the Miami Heat, 24.8 a minute. The minutes paid was 33.5. He averaged 24.8. He shot .495 percentage on field goals. Great pickup for a one-year deal is LeBron James. Will somebody pay it? Zion Williamson already talking to the Magic reports. The Magic are negotiating with Zion Williamson immediately. They go right in and talk to Zion Williamson, see what kind of money he wants. So the GM's sitting down with him right now. Let's see what happens with this one. Let's get to the negotiation board. He's asking for 4 years, $166.25 million. The Magic do not have the money at this point. They'd have to trade the franchise and bring Zion Williamson in, so they walk away for now and say, we'll talk later. All right, so Williamson not to the Magic at this point. Now, there is some deals being made here. Let's go to the trade board here and tell you what is happening. The Magic did move some salary out here to get to the market. They're going to move the dead weight contract of Jalen Brunson after 1 year, and they're moving him out. Brunson has been shipped out west for a draft pick. He is going to the Warriors for a 2024 second-round pick just to clear the money. So Brunson's money is gone from Orlando. That means they're in the market to spend some money now. All Orlando will be spending money, no doubt about it here. You can see the breakdown of the salary cap. Magic, though, still $43 million over the salary cap. But they're also holding on to $18.6 million of Jalen Brunson money. But it looks like the Magic will not be a player in free agency, even though they don't got that big contract that's tying them up. They do owe Murray $17.71 million, though. That's the problem, is they got Murray on the hooks for that money. So Orlando will again sit down with somebody here. This time they're going to talk to King James and see what they got that they can afford to pay King James. So here we go. The negotiations begin with King James. It's a one-year contract for $46 million. They've got $9.25 to spend. They tell King James thanks, but no thanks. He wasn't going to Orlando anyway, leaving Miami. He might go back to Miami at the end of the days, according to published reports. That the Miami Heat are talking to King James, trying to bring him back for the final year here and make a run at it. Do they have the bird rights? That's the question. If they do not have the bird rights. Yeah, they do have bird rights on them. LeBron James, there are bird rights available to sign him. So here we go. They're going to get this done. A bird contract for 1 year. They're pushing for 2, though. Let's see if they get it done. He wants 1 year, but they're going to offer 2, according to reports. They're giving him 2 years, $97.13 million. And they put the contract offer down on him. Does he accept it? Let's see. So there it is. King James saying he's interested in the 2-year contract, but he will not sign it right this minute, but I'm sure he'll sign quickly. If we jump ahead here, we're going to see what happens here. King James and a couple other guys got contract offers. Let's jump ahead. There it is. King James will return on a 2-year contract in Miami. The club will not be bouncing rights of anybody to bring James back. That's the good news. They keep all their players that they have. Miami Heat will keep LeBron James on a 2-year deal. There it is. James not leaving Miami. He's going to stay this time. Remember, this guy has jumped all over basketball. He went from Miami to start his career actually in Cleveland. James has gone from Cleveland to Miami to Cleveland to LA to Miami. What a hell of a jump this man's made. He's 38 years old, and he's played basketball for a very long time, 20 years of LeBron James, and he's getting paid 2 years return to Miami today. According to published reports, now something could break down here. Maybe he gets signed in trade. Who knows? We can tell there's a blockbuster trade going down. Joel Embiid has been traded from the Phoenix Suns. Miami's involved in this trade somehow, we're being told. The Phoenix Suns have sent Joel Embiid back to the East. He's going to the Knicks. Embiid has been traded to the New York Knicks. And a shocking trade here. The Knicks have acquired Joel Embiid. In return, the Knicks are sending Harrell plus 2 first-round draft picks in 24 plus a first-rounder in 25 and a first-rounder in 27. All that to the Knicks. How about that for a shock? They get 4 first-round picks and Monzell Harrell going to the Suns for Joel Embiid today. That's a shocking trade just coming out. The Knicks will clear room for Joel Embiid's $43 million by sending Harrell's $9 million. They'll clearly take the cap hit. And there it is. The New York Knickerbockers about to complete a trade. The Miami Heat will be sending their 26th first-round pick in this move to the Phoenix Suns. They will also get a player for that pick. They have acquired, in a shocking trade, they have acquired Bridges. Mikal Bridges is heading out to Miami in this trade for a first-rounder in 26th as the Suns dump salary, meaning they're getting ready to go out and do something huge. Yeah, they're dumping a ton of salary here. The Phoenix Suns have something huge brewing here. Yes, they do. Stay tuned. Be right back.
Yeah, I've been fighting demons. You don't gotta ask me if I got it, cause I keep. See my dog and left my heart broken piece. That I be doing, man, them wouldn't believe. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Westside, weaving, prime time, speeding, street run, creeping, low key, demon, teeth out, cheesing, having, eating, get mine, greedy, cold world, freezing. Try not to lose control. Been out 2 weeks around. No red lights on the road. To getting what you owe. Life never stops, so go. Too fast to take it slow. Let's go. 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 Westside, get it, weaving, get it, prime time, get it, speeding, street run, get it, creeping, get it, low key, get it, demon, teeth out, get it, cheesing, having, get it, eating, get mine, get it, greedy, cold world, freezing. You see me pushing through the city nights. I got no time to waste. Reaching for stars and really the bar, no matter the time it takes. Brand new 40s lighting on the snakes. You can let know me, I'm writing my story. It's never no time for the praise. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Westside, get it, weaving, get it, prime time, get it, speeding, street run, get it, creeping, get it, low key, get it, demon, teeth out, get it, cheesing, having, get it, eating, get mine, get it, greedy, cold world, get it, freezing. Gucci, don't go together. Louis and Dior, I swear go better. You wear my drip, but I wear it better. Kalani, swear you go wetter, huh? I'm go mode. I should get a chain for the promo. The level is just too advanced. The bezel is Tiffany stamp. Don't grip on my hand. I know that I came with the slide from left to right, but now I don't wanna dance. I got too much on the line, too much on my mind, too much ain't enough of my plans. Nike don't pay me to tell you just do it. They pay me to show you I do it again. Huh? Yeah, I'm in control of the block. You know how October get hot. Might make this crib is over the top. The whip is over the top. I thought about letting her go, but I wasn't over the top. I can't be pale in my make sure I with a 10. It's part of the brand. I know that I came with a slide from left to right, but now I don't wanna dance. Can I depend on a man? I slided some bread in the jam. That's just who I am. Custom just waving at us from the window. They don't even come on the plane when we land. Anyone else would retire, but I'm not content. I wanna these like 20 feet down so no one can find them again. It's gotta be scary to witness me carry these around in both of my hands. They stay inviting me over, they say they got I get there and then it's just them. Got a verse from the boy named Leaky. You would say use instead. Everything good when you live in the hills. Got a chef and made for a bed. Can you imagine that I seen? I went from the road to South 20 dreams. The bridge got burned and shattered. I'm climbing, I don't need a ladder. New year, it's a new chapter. Got her snappy, I didn't even snap her. She on the out of anger. Back in the days, life was so hard and Pelham in backyards. I didn't even know about Goyard. I just sent my new bank card. Remembering days in the courtyard. I came from that Nats. Bugs in the she wanna spell the facts. Yeah. I can't sell my. I got cheese in a bag. My think is. She wanna buy me a jet. test me. Throw 10 at her like Messi. Took Kalani on girls like Nelly's. I was locked, no answer to Sally's. No change in my lines. Hold many. Lucky told me don't trust many.
Level is just too advanced. The bezel is Tiffany stamp. Don't grip on my hand. I know that I came with the slide from left to right, but now I don't wanna dance. I got too much on the line, too much on my mind, too much ain't enough of my plans. Nike don't pay me to tell you just do it. They pay me to show you I do it again.
Huh? Yeah, I'm in control of the block. You know how October get hot. Might make this crib is over the top. The whip is over the top. I thought about letting her go, but I wasn't over the top.
You know Ant did the beat.
I done ran it up my house, how they got like 3 floors. I never be running up, we really need more. 30 on my wrist, I spent the diamond Louis V store. I'm the realest, richest, youngest, smell like when Dior. I'm from North Alone, I just with my rollie on. Take it home, got them let me so I'm taking long. Did them wrong, gave that kid a pray, make it home. On my phone, that's I make a song, he waiting long. Only diamonds hit, for time it is, I wear designer. With my prophecies, spin on my wrist, I could've. I'm gonna for this, gon' slide with, let's get to take the risk. I pay for hits and go and make it hit. I don't play with this, I play with where the latest. Every time I drop a tape, it sound like my greatest hits. Way they see me spending money, how to be saving it. I can say the streets, I slay the beast, but I won't sleep it. I done ran it up my how they got like 3 floors. I done never be running up, we really need more. 30 on my wrist, I spent the diamond Louis V store. I'm the realest, richest, youngest, smell like when Dior. I'm from North Alone, I just with my rollie on. Take it home, got them let me so I'm taking long. Get them wrong, gave that kid I pray he make it home. On my phone, that's I make a song, he waiting long. Need another shovel, never level, bought a bigger bezel. My foot on the pedal, I'm the devil, I should get a medal. We want money, got me feeling better. Diamonds make up, ain't no way that they can catch up. Baby, I'm the realest youngin', baby, I'm the richest youngin'. At the show, I got my turning nothing into something. Turn up into 100, out the store dummy. Serve you at your door money, now I got some more money. I done ran it up my house, how they got like 3 floors. I done never be running up, we really need more. 30 on my wrist, I spent the diamond Louis V store. I'm the realest, richest, youngest, smell like Dior. I'm from North Alone, I just with my rollie on. Take it home, got them let me so I'm taking long. Hit them wrong, gave that kid I pray he make it home. On my phone, that's I make a song, he waiting long. I don't play with this, I play with where the latest. Every time I drop a tape, it sound like my greatest hits. Way they see me spending money, how to be saving it. I can say the streets, I slay the beast, but I won't save them. I done ran it up my how they got like 3 floors. I done never be running up, we really need more. 30 on my wrist, I spent the diamond Louis V store. I'm the realest, richest, youngest, smell like when
Hey, Miss Parker. Wait. Sound like I just cut some fresh lemons. Where's the sugar? Lemon in my A, lemon in my L's. Call them boogers. Rather 6 feet before I'm ever seen with you. Hold up.
Yeah. What it is that teeth skin look colored in. Riding in double R. That's that color in. Pulling in that 400 grand. I just ordered this. Switzerland, Lake Geneva, where I spend my summer in. Off the floor, that's Giano shoe. What I'm running in. Earlobe, look like headlights. I'm so I need some Timberlands. I battle any man. Yo, don't think they understand.
Double C on my feet, double G on my freak, Louis V by my breed. She wanna kick it with me, she back and leave. She try to save her the place, but can't see none of them grow. She keep got an E and a B on the back of the CT. I'm done with the 12, got a V16. Say the money coming in, yeah, that's true. The more money I get, I don't want. Can't think about the last time that I text you. It's probably when sidekicks had them belt loops. Sign my giant head cock on the daytime I check you. Just like a brand new lamb, I wreck you. So if it's mine, it's yours.
Ride to the tank, I return when the man in the exit. Last year more than what Google say my net is. I got chatter with the shares in it to the exit.
This is double P, I rock double C. Man, I run in beats like you running cleats. Man, come to me, you want sun to see. This internally flawless, a double V's. What troubles me is you couple me with these subtle fleas trying to double D. Hornet, trapped on a high of a bumblebee. They just got the closest picture of the sun's surface. That was us. Got the LaFerrari part of just for one purpose. Capture catching dust. My secret service carry you call back you up, tat you up, then add you up, then give you a cover like Adjua. If the fake, I don't respect it as clickbait, and that's this tastes like a shake. What a difference your wrist make when it's Richard made. Hungry eyes tend to fixate like an empty stomach for a fish plate. Get this straight, this is truck wheels, deck, grip tape.
Ride to the tank, I return when the last in the exit. Last deal more than what Google say my net is. I got cheddar, the shares in it to the exit.
Prada, that's on my shoes, that's on my shirt, that's on my collar. Once I hit her back, cause I'm a baller. I told that to do it, and she said, Tada. I get a lot of guala, I spend it all on Prada. That's on my shoes, that's on my shirt, that's on my collar. Once I hit her back, cause I'm a baller. I told that to do it, and she said, Tada. I get a lot of guala, I spend it all on
Zana. Shorty said she really like designer. Want that the body I designed her. Riding Kawasaki, better slide up.
All right, here we go. After the big trade, Joel Embiid traded from the Suns to the Knicks in a stunner. A 3-team trade, bunch of first-round picks going back to Phoenix in the deal. So they give up on Embiid, they give up on Bridges, sending him off to the Miami Heat. A huge trade. LeBron James re-signing a 2-year contract with the Miami Heat. And right now he's going to go through this nonsense here. You just don't want to renounce rights here because that'll mess up everything. Eric Pascal, that's a surprise the Jazz would give up on this guy. He's a pretty decent player. Oh, somebody else gave an offer saying to match Eric Pascal. I don't know who the hell is going to sign him, but I don't know why somebody else is giving Pascal a deal. I didn't see anything with Pascal signing with anybody. So I don't know what that's all about. So this guy here, he's undrafted, so I can't pronounce his freaking name, but Russell Westbrook, free agent, he could be going somewhere. Currently with the Lakers is Westbrook. Porzingis also is a cap hold for them, but he's a free agency now. So there we go. D'Angelo Russell. Now this guy has moved around. He went from Portland to Orlando. Will Russell re-sign with Orlando for the long haul? He's only 27 years old. Big contract with the Magic should be in the order here. So we're not going to renounce rights here, all these guys. Because we can always work out that bird right contract. Then you renounce rights, you can't get the guy back. But guys will be signed as we go along here. Of course, more trades are coming. The Suns has cleared out a ton of money. We'll find out who they're expecting to spend that money on.
Judge, jury, bailiff, bet. When it rains, I'm dry. Sun shines, I'm wet. Push up.
Maybe the Suns go get Russell and bring him in on a big contract. Who knows? Darius Garland left out there. That's a surprise. Detroit letting him go to free agency. So there's a lot of signings coming up. John Wall's been left out by the Rockets. They let him walk. So a ton of big free agents out here right now. We're going to see a shake-up of rosters galore. Coming off of the World Championship win by the Bucks, a surprise win. They got Jason Tatum from the Celtics last season. Here and now the Pistons go and the Bucks go and win it. Detroit Pistons might try to match them though with some big moves of their own here, according to reports. So stay with us here. It's NBA free agency frenzy beginning right here, right now. You don't want to miss this broadcast here on the YouTubes from the Grizz Network. We're doing NBA 2K22. LeVert has to be definitely on the boards of a lot of GMs here. Curtis LeVert would be a great pickup to give you some depth, but it's going to cost you some money. So Maybe the Warriors could sign him and trade him. We'll see if that works out. R.J. Barrett's out there from the Sixers, letting Barrett stay out in the free agent market. That's a huge shocker. Maybe they'll renegotiate with him like they did with James Harden, but I don't know. So, lots to come here on this free agency special here on the Grizz Network. You announce rates on everybody, and you got a whole freaking craziness going on. You might as well just do that player draft where you draft everybody, every team gets the draft choice. So there it is. We got it all set up, though. I think now we're all set here to continue on and get some guys signed coming up next. Top tier guys are going to be signing quickly, so get ready for that. Put your seatbelt on. It's going to be fast and furious here, especially as teams are clearing out money. Now, J.A. Morant is probably going to go to the Suns, we're hearing, leaving Memphis to sign with the Suns. He does have a bird right deal here. The current offer is qualifying restricted free agent. But the Phoenix Suns reportedly are after both Williamson and Morant. If they can get both of them, they'd be extremely happy to have both of them. Morant, of course, was a first-round pick in 2019. Zion Williamson, also a first-round pick in 19. Now, the situation with Zion Williamson is, he, of course, played for the New Orleans Pelicans. He would love to become the face of the Suns, and they're about to make an offer. Matter of fact, we have an offer coming up for you. Let's go to that right now. The Phoenix Suns about to announce that Zion Williamson is their target. They're going to make the money happen here. It's going to rain dollar bills for Zion Williamson. Pay him for 4 years and no trade clause and all. He becomes a face of the franchise for the Phoenix Suns. And here's the offer. Let's see what it is. He wants 4 years, 166. They're obliging, but there's no trade clause in the deal. There will be no trade in this deal. And let's see what happens here. They've offered the money, though. It's been offered. There it is, 166. So will he sign with the Phoenix Suns and become the face of the franchise? Zion Williamson going to Phoenix. That's the big headline right now. Once it's official here, of course, the reports are that the team will not match the contract. They don't want to pay 166 to Williamson. They will turn around now. That team, the New Orleans Pelicans, have announced they are bringing in as a franchise of the New Orleans organization. You ready? Here's who they're getting. The Pelicans are getting J.A. Morant. That's their move. Morant is getting paid to come in and play for the Pelicans. He'll get a 4-year contract, same amount of money. Well, they're offering 107 with a player option at the end here. Let's see if it gets it done. He declined it. Morant says thank you, but no thank you. So they hang up on Morant. It's not going to be Morant. They don't have that kind of money to spend because when you look at that roster, we'll take a look at that roster here, the Memphis Grizzlies right now, without J.A. Morant on it anymore. It's a different roster, but it's still deep. It has studs like Ingram and McCullough. And Alvarado will step up, but he's a point guard, so he'll become the sixth man for this team. And you've got Trey Murphy ready to step up, the first-round draft pick last year. He becomes a key factor for this team. And the center, Willie Hernan Gomez, will become the big-time center for this team unless they go get somebody. Now, they are looking at available centers. They might even trade for one, we're hearing. They're trying to pick a trade out from somebody's center. Wow, they reportedly are very close to getting Rudy Gobert from the Sixers. The Pelicans will make a package here up to give Gobert from the Sixers. In that package deal, they're going to give up some young stars. Like Devontae Graham is heading to Philadelphia. Devontae Graham heads to Philadelphia. Also, the team is giving up their first round pick in 2024, their first round pick in 2025, I believe that is, yep. And they're giving up their first round pick in 26 to Philly. So Philly gets a whole of first rounders, giving up Gobert to New Orleans for Devontae Graham, 3 first round picks. But now there's more to the trade because Desmond Green is leaving Milwaukee after winning a championship. Desmond Green takes his ring and he goes to Philadelphia in this deal. And reports are that the 2026 first rounder will go to the Bucks. So the Bucks get a 2026 first rounder. The Sixers wind up with Desmond as their center and Devontae Graham as a chip in this deal. So the Sixers make the trade. It's done. 2 first rounders, 2 players to Philadelphia. Wait a minute, we got a problem here. Oh, he declines a waive his no trade. Dedmon says he doesn't want to go to Philadelphia. Now they offer him an option to go to New Orleans. Let's see if this works out. He won't waive it. He says he wants to stay with the Bucks. So Dedmon will not be in this trade now. So now the Sixers will take 3 first rounders, Devontae Graham, for Rudy Gobert, and they've made the trade. It's done. It's completed. So there's the deal. Gobert is moved on from Philadelphia. That means a big shakeup in Philly. So with Embiid gone, the Sixers have made a nice run, but they have not won a championship. And the Sixers roster now lost the big center as he got traded. But they have Basie, the youngster Basie here. Charles Basie is a guy they really like. So they feel they're good at center with Basie and Ayton taking the time at center for Philadelphia. They're now in the power forward market, though. They're looking for a big-time power forward. They did draft one here, Osman. They love this kid. So maybe he's the answer in Philadelphia this season. Or maybe it's Bona, another first-round pick by the Sixers. So they got 2 power forwards that they love that are young, 19 and 20. Sixers ready to develop them at power forward with James Harden at point, and Ayton at center, and Maxey at shooting guard, and then Caldwell Pope at small forward. That will be the Sixers starting lineup this year. Can they win as many games? We're going to find out. Sixers do have free money that they can go get a stud for the bench at least. So they're looking at that market right now. The Sixers freed up some money. Look at the stud market for the bench. Wait a minute. Are the Sixers going to go out and get Williamson? There's some reports out there now saying the Sixers are trying to get the money to bring in Zion Williamson. But reports are he's got to deal with the Suns. Williamson says he's going to Phoenix. He does not want to come to Philadelphia. But the Sixers are looking into R.J. Barrett, though, to come back here as a chip that they need. And the Philadelphia 76ers apparently are agreeing on a deal with Barrett. They're getting it done with R.J. Barrett, looks like. Wait a minute, the Pelicans are going after R.J. Barrett? Nah, they can't afford him. They can't afford R.J. Barrett. They had to walk away on R.J. Barrett. They got no money. The Pelicans got no money, folks. They really don't. Tyler Hero's not a fit for the Sixers. They can't put him on the floor with James Harden and Maxey go to the 6-man position. So the Sixers looking for a center or power forward. You got to be kidding me. The Sixers reunited with Nikolai Vucevic, age 32. Well, the Pelicans reportedly called his agent to talk. See how far they go with this conversation. He asked for $150 million for 4 years, and this team don't have the bucks. Got to walk away from that one. So there you go. We're making progress on this thing, but a lot of guys are walking away. So let's see how it works out here as all these guys are just walking away on here. So Vukovic, though, and the Sixers are reportedly negotiating here. They have had some talks here. Sixers got to free out some more money, though. Sixers reportedly are still making changes to that roster. They know they've got to change the culture in Philadelphia here. The GM said that he has to make the changes. Even though he committed to Harden and Ayton, both of these guys cannot be traded. Now, Ayton has a no trade, but reportedly the Sixers are shopping him to the Lakers. Could he go to the Lakers? Could Ayton leave Philly and go to the Lakers? Now, there's reports it could happen. The Lakers would offer 3 first-round picks for Ayton, giving the Sixers the money to make a big blockbuster signing here, according to reports. So Philly gets 3 first-rounder from the Lakers. Let's see what happens. Ayton is going. He's going to the Lakers. A stunning development. The Sixers made a move. Let's see who they're signing. The Sixers are going to make a big signing. And reports are they've agreed to a contract with Porzingis. The Sixers bring in Kristaps Porzingis to Philadelphia. A shocking move by the Sixers to go get Porzingis here. As they trade the money away they needed to get it done, they're giving him a 4-year contract. And it will be with a player option for the 4th year. They're paying him the full amount to get this done. Kristaps Porzingis to Philadelphia, and a shocker. He comes back to the East Coast again. Porzingis to the Sixers. And immediately the Sixers made sure that they give R.J. Barrett, well, they're telling him just sit tight and come back and play for us with Porzingis. So Barrett reportedly has agreed with Philadelphia that if they go get Porzingis, he would come back on a restricted deal. Crazy times here. Let's see what happens. Zion Williamson will sign with the Suns. It is official. Porzingis will sign with the Sixers, 3 years guaranteed. And the Sixers will not renounce the rights. Oh boy, they're going to say they have to renounce the rights. Okay, there's a trade exception from Gobert. That'll keep Barrett in Philadelphia. So Gobert's trade exception will make it happen to keep him in Philly. Valanciunas is gone. They knew that all along he would have to go. Paul Reed will also stay in the Sixers' control. So the Sixers will say goodbye to Gobert's rights, Valanciunas, and bring in Kristaps Porzingis on a monster deal to come to Philadelphia. And they hope it pays off, bringing a 27-year-old, 7'3" center to Philadelphia. They get to keep Barrett, which the plan works right now. It's the process. Keeping Barrett was the key part of the deal. And they've got young kids they picked up in the draft that they love. They want to give those guys minutes, so they're okay with saying bye to Valanciunas. They already said goodbye to Ayton and Gobert in a shocker, so Harden is the only one left behind in Philly. Big story out of Philadelphia here as the Sixers make a stunning move. LeBron James re-signing with the Miami Heat. Andrew Wiggins is happy with that news, but Wiggins being sought after hard by the Phoenix Suns, we hear. They want Andrew Wiggins in there. He's been with the Heat for a little bit of a year and a half here, so Wiggins would leave LeBron James behind maybe. So published reports say Matisse Thybulle would come back to the Sixers as a free agent. So Thybulle would join that bench to really up it up here in Philly. Mitchell Robinson hoping that the center job opens for him somewhere, but he might go back on a big contract. Who knows what happens here. Russell Westbrook looked at as a star for the Lakers. Now that they got their center, Westbrook will probably return and play with him. They get Ayton. Big stunner there. This guy switching coast. Embiid back to the East Coast. Joel Embiid is very happy with that trade. It sends him back to the East Coast. Embiid says, let's go. Let's do this. His 3rd year away from the Sixers. He can't wait. Williamson's contract, Pelicans saying they're going to match it, but I think it's not going to happen. They're not matching it. They're declining. Zion Williamson is out of the Pelicans. They were going to work a trade, but they said there's no assets because we're too far involved with the draft picks. They would have wanted 4 draft picks in this year's draft. They couldn't get it for him, so they decided to let him fly and take the money and use it on somebody else. John Wall is deep in the conversations ahead eastbound. That's what we can tell you right now. He's trying to talk to the teams in the East. So there it is. Zion Williamson signing with the Suns. Luckily they can announce the rights of Aaron Holiday here. Wow, Suns saying goodbye to some of their major players here. Look at who they're releasing. They are letting Cameron Johnson walk. They're rebuilding this team around Zion Williamson. Goodbye, Cameron Johnson. Goodbye, Cameron Payne. Goodbye, Torrey Craig. Goodbye, Saric. Goodbye, Hayes. Wow, some shocking goodbyes for the Phoenix Suns. Renouncing rights to trade exemptions to get this done. The Suns are serious about rebuilding here under Zion Williamson, the star. They feel this guy can bring a championship to Phoenix. So they go and get him. They say goodbye to all these scrappy players here. They told Saric to be in touch. They told Hayes to be in touch. Jackson Hayes, here's a guy that's been in the league for several years. Scored 10.8 a game with rebounding at 6.8 average. He played 28.4 minutes. So they're going to lose him on this one, but they're getting Zion Williamson. They decided, you know what? It's a better move to get Zion. They had qualifying offers out to Hayes, too, but they're going to renounce the rights on him, so that's huge. There are more trade talks happening right now. We can hear trade talks are intensifying with several GMs. Nobody wants to keep their players in one place anymore. Lots of GMs making trades every season, trying to make their team better. Well, it looks like Philly has to say goodbye to some people. And now they won't because Gobert's trade exception. Right, they only had to say goodbye to Vasunas, and they bring Porzingis aboard. That's it. LeBron James agreeing here, and that will do it. They should officially be signed here after this one. So there it is. I believe it's official news here. Let's go to the news board here and look at social media reports here. Porzingis has reportedly agreed to terms on a 4-year packet with Philadelphia. Big deal for Porzingis. Then you could see the other news coming out here. All the other signings here. Marcus Bagley signing a 2-year contract with the Dallas Mavericks as a draft pick, of course. So, the breaking news, Tyrese Hunter agrees to a deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers. How about this breaking news? The Cleveland Cavaliers have announced a major trade. They are trading with the Miami Heat, and the Suns are involved in this deal, reportedly. So the Cavaliers, 3-way deal, get the Heat. The Cavaliers are sending center Jarrett Allen out of town. Goodbye, Jarrett Allen. He's heading out to the Heat. This is a shocker. The Heat have picked up Jarrett Allen. Bam Adebayo heads to Cleveland in this trade. And the Phoenix Suns are sending a draft pick out of town here. Suns are sending a 25 first rounder to Cleveland in this deal. So Jarrett Allen packs up and joins the Heat. Bam Adebayo to the Cavaliers.
Con este piquete que no se iguala. Patean como fútbol de sala. Tengo a tu wife y como koala y no se resbala. No me ven volando, me cortan la sala. Lo hice a pulmón sin favores ni palas. Yeah. Todo el día, todo el día. Todos los días tengo todo el día.
So here it is, the trade's being set up. Adebayo for Allen. With a first round pick going back. And now reports are that the Heat are sending more out of town. They're sending the young Sharp, who is here for only 1 year. He can't be traded. Sharp can't be traded, they're saying, because he has signed a contract. Duncan Robinson leaving Miami. He says his goodbyes. He heads to the Phoenix Suns in the move. So there's the deal. Adebayo goes to Cleveland. The first round pick goes to the Heat. And Duncan Robinson heads to the Suns in this deal. So Robinson takes his skills to the Suns. And a big three-way deal here, sending big centers Adebayo and Allen trading teams here. Here it is. It's official. It'll be official in a moment here. Here it is. The trade is done. Not done yet. It's done. They've agreed to a three-way deal. Send some shockwaves through the NBA here, these trades. So the Suns get themselves Duncan Robinson, a nice pickup here. Good solid player off the bench. Duncan Robinson to Phoenix. He'll be player with newcomer, about to come in on a free agent deal. So yes, indeedy, they're getting a new team here. Duncan Robinson makes some money, though. That's the problem. They took on some salary in that deal. Yeah, Phoenix taking on some huge salary in that trade, so I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, that's what happened. So, trying to see if we can get a crowd to tune in for this NBA stuff, but right now they're not coming out in numbers, I'll tell you that much. They're not coming out in numbers. All right, now we tweeted it. I might get some people to show up.
I've been trying to live right, they say I break the rule. I'm in this V12 coasting off by the ocean view. Rising higher than I ever been. Why would I come down if I'm above the rim? I've been adding up this paper, I've been losing some friends. The freak got a man, she risked it off of the band. We had a drink, but I did it on my own. Drew my plans up, took a shot on the road. They can't stand me, that's why they fall. I got stamina, I'm running laps on this marathon.
So anyway, here we go. We're going to keep it rocking and rolling now. So let's get a recap of everything that's happened already here real quick. Do a quick recap here. Here's your transaction report. Couple big trades. Ayton from the Sixers to the Lakers for picks. 3 first-rounders back to the Sixers. And you had Jared Allen to the Heat. Bam Adebayo to the Cavaliers. Duncan Robinson to the Suns. And to the Heat, a first-round pick in 25. Rudy Gobert, the big center, to the Sixers. Traded to the Pelicans for Graham and a bunch of first-rounders, one including a 24 first-rounder. And B left the Sixers, or left the Suns heading to the Knicks. That's right. And B to the Knicks, not to the Magic. Everybody's asking, what's the Magic doing? They dealt Brunson out. Nobody knows what the hell the Magic are doing. When we go to the board here, we're going to look at the finances of the Orlando Magic basketball team, and they'll show you that their finance situation is pretty much set, that they are beat up with finances here. They've got contracts galore under the books. They're $43 million over the payroll. Paying Bridges coming in. Bridges is the newest face in Orlando. He got picked up, Miles Bridges. Actually, no, that's not Mikal Bridges, that's Miles. So that's right, he was with the Magic last year. That quick we lost the Magic here. Where are they on the board here? Let's get it back up here. So he's gone. They have Bryant, the center, who's getting paid $13.28 this season. They have Fultz, $17 million. They're going to try to dump that off to the Jazz or somebody because he's just a one-year contract. R.J. Hampton's cheap at $4.22. Get down the list here. Brunson is a trade exemption, $18.6. So that's the situation there. To get rid of Fultz money, they'll have some money to spend. I don't know how the hell we got up to 172 though in the total numbers. You look at these numbers and crunch them. It doesn't look like much, but yet it is. 172.52. So Fultz is definitely a contract they have to move. Phoenix can't take it all because they already took on too much contract as it is. They're looking to move more contracts. The Suns got a couple big ones on payroll right now. Duncan Robinson's a stay, but it looks like Chris Paul's contract at age 38, Chris Paul is about to be traded to the Washington Wizards for a second-round pick. They got rid of the contract to the Wizards. They took the contract. Chris Paul for a second-rounder. Phoenix looking to clear out the books. That's the decision there they made, is clear out Chris Paul's money. Now you look at what Phoenix can do. They really can go to free agency here. They're going to look to bring in a couple of stars. Phoenix reportedly already has a contract done. Yeah, they already signed. Phoenix has already agreed in principle to a contract with Zion Williamson, paying him $38.66. So they dump more money to really set him up to get some more people in here. Duncan Robinson came in and joined him. They need more, and they know that. This team doesn't have no first-round picks from this year, so they need to go get some young kids or something here in trades. So the Phoenix Suns have made a trade to grab some bench pieces here. They grab a couple in this trade. The Phoenix Suns are sending their 2024 second-round pick for a couple of bench pieces. They'll get paid. Well, they can't pay them much, but from the Warriors, they've grabbed a bench piece that's not making much money at all. They get a guy and they get a nice center in James Najiri. Well, they ain't going to trade him now. He ain't coming over. Pick up Jaden Springer, though, from Golden State. There you go. So they get Jaden Springer to the Suns. And they're asking them for a second player for that second-round pick. Pick up they're going to get Korkmaz from Golden State. So there you go. Korkmaz and Springer, two former Sixers, head into the Suns bench. So they get rid of one former Sixer star and go get some utility players in Springer and Korkmaz. So there you go. That deal is done. Golden State unloading some salary on the Phoenix there. They'll pick up a couple decent players in Springer and Korkmaz. So now you've got a couple guys here to give you a little depth chart here. And Springer's only 20 years old. He could become the next point guard for the Suns. Maybe it happens and Springer gets the start at the point guard. He could develop. He's got a couple years in the league. Good chance to develop him. A former first-round pick. Maybe Phoenix gets a bargain on that deal. Picking up these cheap salaries here, trying to get their roster built. So let's go. Phoenix also looking to sign a couple veteran players here. They're looking down that list. Kelly Olynyk Jr. is one guy that Phoenix would like to bring back in the fold. He's only 27 years old. Coming from the way of Charlotte. He's also interested in signing a cheap deal. So they're going to get him done before this is all said and done. Looking for a 3-year deal worth $60 million. They're going to put down a 3-year deal in the neighborhood of $37.5 for 3 years. We're going $37.5 3 years and no trade throwing in. So they're going to lock in that money. And he's interested. So could he be the guy that comes in and helps the Suns' depth chart? R.J. Barrett in Philadelphia already has an agreement in place in principle. Now we're hearing that the Sixers will make it official with Barrett as they're going to lay down a big deal to him. Trying to use the bird rights to bring R.J. Barrett back. He's getting 5 years according to published reports. Yes, he is. He got a 5-year deal with the Sixers. R.J. Barrett signing for 5 years. Well, now reports are they told him to wait until it's official that they signed the other guy and then they'll get this deal done. So they told RJ wait till he's got the money availability to do this thing. So RJ Barrett's got to wait. So Nikolai Vukok, who the Sixers were supposed to get, they decided to go with Porzingis in the end of the day. One man who has not been talked about is Nikolai Jovic, the best available free agent. Nobody's on the board with him yet. So
got designer Louis V, yeah, you know it's supreme. Balenciaga stepping, oh, that's a. To all my haters steady watching me and my possessions, it's my time. I'm done with all the waiting. I've been patient. Now I'm cooking up this beat without an apron. Okay, I done upgraded from basic. Now I'm bringing home the bacon. Yes, I want the top spot. Well, I'ma go ahead and take it. Moving in like it was vacant. They sleeping, I've been awakened. You hear me on every station. I'm blowing up. Yeah, that's major. My life is really like a movie. I'm talking lights, camera, action with a whole bunch of living great. Designer down with a whole bunch of Gucci. Now I got y'all at attention like y'all playing Call of Duty. Look. It's a special occasion, 25 years breathing, hey look mama, we made it. Now the family living lavish, show me life is amazing. And yeah, we did a full turn like we driving Mercedes, I'm gone.
Hey, dial tone, in a place I can't explain, I guess you just gonna have to go. And I can tell you how I got here, when you get here, you gon' know. Half an animal and half a ghost. Hey, echo down my ego, let me check on battleship. I sink afloat, I'm Malcolm Missile, Roman Greco, dial tone, never a hold, shout out Total. Twilight zone, no one can reach me. Get my elbow room like Dusty Rose. Come back, some taste the benches, misadventures. The wrestlers hungry. Intestines cut the grapevine, cut corp. If you infected, doctor, give me the diagnosis. Cabin fevers. Hey, dial tone, in a place I can't explain. I guess you just gonna have to go. Hey, dial tone, and I can tell you how I got here. When you get here, you gon' know. Dial tone. Right back and told her I'm now home. Yeah, dial tone. I'm in the twilight zone. I have an animal, I have a ghost. A nomad, I'm a vagabond forever on the road. I'm in the twilight zone. I have a setup, I have a soul. Lot of Texas P, lot of K6 kicking in. I could win the Sion, I'm throw. Every king got a, every up I got a. Everything gon' fall together. Something had to fall apart. It's the day of the dog. Saw the double ones when they roll, they can't them all. Every king got it, every up I got it. Everything gon' fall together, something had to fall apart. It's the day of the dog. I need a home for. In a blink that is gone.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy curvy wavy beat, yeah. Lil waist. Body crazy curvy wavy beat, Lil waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yeah, you look good, but they still wanna know we're making it. Saucy like a barbecue, but you won't get your baby back. See me in that dress. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. Call them scary cats, I call them Carol Baskins. Body Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, yeah. Lil waist. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, yeah. Lil waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. I'm a hot. They gon' click it if it's me. All my been getting these through the quarantine. Yeah. I'm very well on my this you could tell. Any I beef from years ago is beefing by herself. If we took a trip on the real creep tip, yeah. Rule number 1 is don't repeat that. Don't repeat that. Rule number 2, if they all came with you, they better know exactly what the they came to do. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yeah. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, yeah. Lil waist. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, yeah. Lil waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. The category is body. Look at the way it's sitting. That ratio so out of control. That waist that. If I were me and I would've seen myself, I would have bought me. Hey. I could build a house without a. Yeah. Been a lifetime trying to get this high. And if her head too big, I could make that pop. I'm not the one to play with, like a touch me not. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, yeah. Lil waist. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, whoa. Lil waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get, wake up on, still I realize the time that I wasted. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. I'll be if you can't be right here. If you can't be right, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love. For me to trust, and I'm afraid that I'm it up. Ain't no way that I can leave you stranded, cause you ain't never left me empty-handed. And you know that I can't live without you. So baby, stay. I'll be if you can't be right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I need you to stay, need you to stay.
Pull up to the spotlight, yeah I mean. All up in the spotlight, yeah I mean. Never got a ring though, yeah I mean. Still Hall of Fame though, yeah I mean. You gotta respect that, yeah I mean. I ain't gotta stress that, yeah I mean. If you talking about a list that I'm looking top 3, give a f about a league, ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like. If you try, then I'm trying to get the cake. You try to capitalize, but I'm trying to cap the face. Switch pace if the fakes try to hate. Snakes are shaped like the food that they ate. And can't shake off the dirt from the day. The derby don't wait if the herd in the way. It's harder to say that you learn from mistakes the minute they. Different days, still the same chase. A little bit of grit with a little bit of grace. Tell me what it take to uplift a whole team. Cause you could be shallow even if you're roll deep. Couldn't even fathom, but I guess we gon' see how you went from having cold feet to platinum gold teeth. This for all my OCs and my. Tell me we gon' like it's 03. Pull up to the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, all up in the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, never got a ring though. Yeah, I mean, still Hall of Fame though. Yeah, I mean. You gotta respect that, yeah, I mean, I ain't gotta stress that, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about a list that I'm looking top 3, give a about a league, ain't nobody like me, ain't nobody like, I'm a franchise like a Houston Rocket, remember used to pull it to the stupid, that was back before I was used to options, now I got autonomy, I choose to, your shot with, who your pilots, who the two in the cockpit, who decide when and where you choose to shop with, that hard-earned money that you use to cop this, only 5'6", but I feel it 10-4, so if I hit them high, maybe you could hit them low, if you're talking in the middle of the show, why is always someone leaving from the middle of the road, I don't really get it, man, I didn't really know that, people didn't think I could live up to the hype, like, you talking, I'm a god on the mic. I'm really 5'5.5", but larger than life. I'm on the block like, yeah, I mean, all up in the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, never got a ring though. Yeah, I mean, still Hall of Fame though. Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect that. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gotta stress that. Yeah, I mean, if you talking about a list, then I'm looking top 3. Give a about a league. Ain't nobody like me. Yeah, I mean.
Fine, thanks for asking. Getting money every day, don't got time for relaxing. In my head, they asking where I've been away. So I can relieve the pain. In my head, she been in my head. I just poke, still can't go to bed. I sacrifice myself like Jesus sacrificed for sins. I just got a Benz and I'ma push it through the wind. I just got a check and I'ma spend it on my friends. I'm lying, finna spend it on my Benz. I'm not a sinner. I'm trying the best that I can. Gotta stay, don't wanna land. Low, but I'm falling again. I'm fine, thanks for asking. Getting money every day, don't got time for relaxing. In my head, they asking where I've been away. So I can relieve the pain. In my head, she been in my head. I just poke, still can't go to bed. Yeah. I'm fine, thanks for asking. Getting money every day, don't got time for relaxing. In my head, they asking where I've been away. So I can relieve the pain. In my head, she been in my head. I just poke, still can't go to bed.
D the plug.
Yeah, yesterday it was a long day. I was stuck in the crib for a long time. For the summer we stepping out all day. Girl, you know that I was down bad. You ain't even think to call me. Now my money longer like the song say. And I'm hitting them on the ball day. It's best. I wasn't nobody up in them hallways. Shorty told me that she wants to vibe. I'm like, girl, that's what they all say. I'm making plays like Green Bay. Yeah, I'm going at them like Devontae. Oh, it's in here, let me call Jay. Making money moves like, oh, man. Go TDL, I'm the top guy. Traveling Bezzy, talking witty is tight. Big bass, I'ma get rich or I'ma try. And I got my behind. Big bass might change your life. Bustin' in a box before we hit the yo, make a stop. My jewel just my chain with a rock. I'm in California, I'm feeling like pie. 13, he just gave me the drop. He couldn't get the picture, gotta cry. If I act different, would you keep it locked? Cause I don't be on God, yeah. And she gon' hit me before noon pass. I'm probably gon' wake up to new rags. Brody asked me what I'm trying to get into. I'm starting to feel like the do-rags. They like best, how you do that? New coupe, where the roof at? With you, too bad. Fell in love with the crew, too fast. Said he better than best, who that? And I heard your song, it was too hottest out the new class. This big best and I'm back. Yeah, yesterday it was a long day. I was stuck in the crib for a long time. For the summer we stepping out all day. Girl, you know that I was down bad. You ain't even think to call me. Now my money longer like the song say. And I'm hitting them on the ball day. It's best. I wasn't nobody up in them hallways. Shorty told me that she wants to vibe. I'm like, girl, that's what they all say. I'm making plays like Green Bay. Yeah, I'm going at them like Devontae. Oh, it's in here, let me call Jay. Making money moves like, oh, man. Go TDL, I'm the top guy. Traveling Bezzy, talking witty is tight. Big bass, I'ma get rich or I'ma try. And I got my behind. Big bass might change your life.
Hey. Whoa. Now I'm switching up my energy. My enemies feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me. Y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all just in the street. Y'all fake ministry. Y'all just in and preach. No deal, I like the breach. I call up my lawyer like, never mind. They playing with all of these money, but never mind. That could probably never rhyme and still be $1 million up. I only spend money on her if I know she the truth, just to keep it a buck. You play with me once and you dumped. Did I say when I'm, you know I'm ignorant, I'm at my house party acting. Telling my guests that I don't use it, then turn around and I do it again. Act like a saint, who am I to pretend? Asking the Lord to forgive all my sins with my fingers crossed behind my back with a grin. I sin. I feel like the Bucks. I win. Again and again. Now they telling their friends. I don't know who my friends, they like to pretend.
Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
Cause they couldn't see me going very far. Now I be overseas with them. I get paid when I pass a, but I got no love for the law. I can't remember when I had a job. Back when they wouldn't build, now they bob. I still got paper tags on my car. Now I got gophers my lawn. That is annoying. I'm picking my poison. You crabs in a barrel, while my lobster is boiling. I'm trying to avoid them, but they keep on coming for me.